Okay, wanted to check in with my spirit guides today. Am I speaking with my spirit guides at this time? Yes. Okay, wonderful. So I had an inquiry from someone about soul contracts and exit points, possible exit points from the human incarnation. So her question specifically was, do we create exit points before we incarnate? Yes. Okay. Can you give us any more details about maybe the reasons why we would set up exit points before we even come into the incarnation? Yes. Okay. if Y O U are your O V E R S O U L Oversoul W I S H E S wishes T O2 L E A V E leave T H E the E X P E R I E N C E experience T H E Y they W I L L will P U L L pull Y O U U O U T out. So if your oversoul wants you to leave the experience, they will pull you out. Okay, that's really interesting. And I also noticed that you indicated the oversoul was a they. And is that because the oversoul is both male and female? So the oversoul is not one or the other. Really, the oversoul, well, what exactly is the oversoul? I'll ask you to give a definition if you don't mind. T H E the O V E R S O U L Oversoul I S is A F R A C T A L fractal O F of S O U R C E source I and in T H E the D I V I N E divine R E A L M S divine realms. The oversoul is a fractal of source in the divine realms. Okay, so in other words, and we've talked about this before, but it's been a while, we have a higher self oversoul that is a fractal of source that exists in the divine realms, and this is just almost like a portion of that soul that's incarnated exclusively for this experience. Yes, okay. Did I say that appropriately? Yes, okay. And the oversoul could pull out of the incarnational experience either before this individual even comes into the experience, or maybe even after, based upon how this incarnation is going. Would that be accurate? So what are some reasons that the oversoul might pull out of the experience before a planned exit point? I, F, if, L, E, S, S, O, N, S. Lessons. A, R, E, R, N, O, T. Not. B, E, I, N, G. Being. L, E, A, R, N, E, D. Learned. So if the lessons of the incarnational experience are not being learned, then, and maybe over and over again, maybe many opportunities have presented themselves to learn these lessons, and the part of the soul in the experience continues to not learn the lessons, the oversoul may just choose to pull out completely of the experience. And essentially that person will die. Is that correct? They will just die in the incarnation. But of course, they're not dying in reality, because we are truly spirit and we are fractals of source. So this is just that. It's just an experience. Okay. So if people might be grieving, and we've talked about this before, but it's a good reminder, about the death of someone, and maybe even an untimely death, maybe a really immediate tragic death that nobody foresaw, that's causing a lot of trauma, maybe for the family and friends and loved ones. What advice or what can you tell them to sort of maybe give them some solace? Y, O, U, R, your, L, O, V, E, D, loved, O, N, E, one, I, S, is, W, I, T, H, with, Y, O, you, with you. Your loved one is with you. And that's not just an expression. That's not just an expression that people say, oh, your loved one is with you. Because I've heard that a lot of times, and I didn't used to believe that was true. I just thought that was something that someone would say to someone when they didn't know what to say, when someone had passed away. But it's actually the truth. Your loved one is with you. And what's the main reason that our loved ones are always with us? W, E, we, A, R, E, R, O, N, E. We are one. Okay, excellent. All right, well, thank you so much. I hope this provides some solace for this individual who had some questions about a loved one she'd lost. So I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Yes. W, E, we, L, O, V, E, love, Y, O, you, we love you. Okay, thank you so much. Sending you much love and gratitude. Good night.